Gordon's brother, Flying Scotsman, was visiting the Fat Controller's railway. He had 2 tenders because the other railway used diesels, which didn't need coal and water. 2 of these diesels came into the yard one day. They surveyed the shed. "It's time, 7101, said one, "that we took this railway over." "Shh, 199, it's their railway after all," said the other. "Not for long," persisted 199. "Our controller says steam engines spoil our image." "Of course we do," snapped Duck. "We show what frauds you are. Call yourselves engines. If anything happens, you care nothing for your train. You just moan for a fitter. We bring it home, whatever happens." "Nothing," continued 199, "ever happens to us. We are reliable." The engines were furious and let off steam angrily. "How rude," said 199. "You asked for it," growled 7101. "Now shut up." The next day, Henry was rolling back to the shed, tender first. "I'm a failed engine," he said quietly. "Lost my regulator. Driver says it's jammed and he can't mend it till I'm cool. I've got steam and driver can use my reverser. But it would happen after Duck fooled me with those tenders. Now they'll all laugh at me again." Soon he came to a signal and had to stop. 199 was there too, with some tankers. "Worse and worse," thought Henry. "Now the diesel will laugh at me too." The signalman came out of his box. "For pity's sake, take this spam can away. It's failed. The express is due and all he does is wail for a fitter." "Spam can?" fumed 199. "Quiet!" snapped the signalman, "or I'll take my tin opener to you." 199 did not say another word as Henry pulled the train out of the way. The express soon rushed past with a growl and a roar. Henry chuckled. "Look, Spam Can," he said, "there's your little pal." 199 said nothing. He hoped 7101 hadn't noticed. 7101 hadn't noticed. He had troubles of his own. His brakes were not working properly and refused to come off. His train seemed to be getting heavier and heavier. He growled at the coaches, but it made no difference, and he finally stopped, unable to move. Henry thought it was very funny. "I thought they'd be laughing at me, but now the joke's on them." "Moving 2 dead diesels in their trains is no joke for a failed engine," said his driver. "Can you do it?" "I'll try," replied Henry. "Anyway, 7101 seems better than old Spam Can." "Come on then, we must get the passengers to the station," the driver finished, and they set off to the rescue. Henry gently buffered up to the express while the drivers talked. He soon came back, smiling. "It's better than we thought. 7101 says he can pull if we keep the brakes off, which will make our job easier." "Whoosh, that's a mercy," said Henry, who was by now feeling rather puffed. They were all soon ready. "Honk honk, are you ready?" tooted 7101. "Poop poop, yes I am," whistled Henry. So with 7101 growling in front and Henry puffing hard in the middle, the long cavalcade set out for the big station. When they arrived, Donald and Flying Scotsman were waiting, cheering Henry as he passed. The passengers buzzed out like angry bees to speak to the Fat Controller, but when he told them about Henry, they forgot to be cross and thanked him. They called him an enterprising engine. They were even happier when Flying Scotsman backed down onto the train. If the guard hadn't shooed them into their carriages, they would have started later than ever. When they had gone, the Fat Controller spoke severely to 199. "My railway has no room for troublemakers, and you will be sent back to the other railway. I will speak to your controller later." 199 didn't say anything. He just sulked as Donald took him away. Henry and 7101 went back to the sheds to be mended. "I'm sorry about last night," said the diesel. "That's all right. You did at least try to shut Spam Can up," Henry replied. "And made a fool of myself today too." "Rubbish. Any engine can break down. I'd lost my regulator." "You? Failed? And yet—" His voice trailed away in admiration. "Well," said Henry, "emergency, you know. Trains must get through." 7101 had a lot to think about and said no more.